Welcome back for Event 2 coverage here as the men's competition continues at the 2017 Reebok CrossFit Games West Regional at the Portland Expo Center in Portland, Oregon. Brandon Domain, Chase Ingram, and Nikki Brazier with you as we go from that super long 25-minute test to start the day to the 6-minute test to close the opening day of competition.
We go from a lot of reps to very few in a very high power output event with event number 2.
And we're here with Heat 1, and just because it's Heat 1 doesn't mean that there's going to be a lack of firepower in this one. 3 of the top 10 athletes are here in this opening heat, and it's time to go back to that traditional 21-15-9.
21-15-9, dumbbell snatches and ring dips, 80 pounds for the guys. And, you know, as we get to this third week, this dumbbell is probably practiced at nauseum. If you haven't practiced this event with at least a 100-pound dumbbell, you're doing it wrong. You just got to make sure is that you move fast on the dumbbell, and controlled, good speed on the rings. Nothing needs to be out of control to go fast here. It's not like Fran, where it's just a dead blind sprint.
We pointed out 3 of the top 10 athletes after event number 1 are here in Heat 1, including 10th place. Mac Unruh will be in lane number 5. 8th place, Tyler Egeman will be in lane 10. And then Cody Anderson was an alternate coming in here. Familiar position for him after what happened a couple of years ago. But he's 2nd place and in lane number 2.
Well, he made me look good after event number 1. Let's see if we can do it again for event number 2. I know it's a heavy dumbbell, but Cody, the deal with Cody is that he moves so well. And that's what's fun about watching this regional is everyone's so obsessed with strength. You have to move well to be successful here.
And Anderson, as strong as he was in event number 1, event number 2 could be his damage control, and we're underway with this 6-minute time cap. They'll advance the dumbbell every 7 reps. They have to alternate hands every rep except for once they advance it every third of the way through the round.
This is what I like to call a rhythmic movement. Dumbbell snatches, wall balls, heavy kettlebell swings are rhythmic. Look at that nice handoff that Cody has. Now, he had a little front to back end bobble. That'll make it hard when you go touch and go. But if you can pass it off and do a nice, easy tap and go, that loading of the body on the way down actually makes you stronger on the way up.
That dumbbell weighs half as much as he does, and he's in the 4th position here in the heat in this field of 10, which is currently led by Tanner Sturm in lane number 1. We talk about Anderson being an alternate. Sturm was the final athlete in, and it's him and Egeman. The last 2 athletes in the regionals are 1st and 2nd here in the heat.
That's fine, though. Cody's not far off the pace, and if you're not far off the pace at the heaviest, most rep weight of these dumbbell snatches, look at Cody Anderson's pace on the rings. This is what this guy has been training for since he was a kid. He is a gymnastics savant, if you'd like to go that far. I love to see the speed out of Cody Anderson here. Now, can he keep the consistency on the dumbbell?
Mac Unruh and Cody Anderson off the rings at the exact same time. As we're setting the time to beat here in the West, the event record, by the way, 3 minutes, 5.93 seconds out of the East. Another one of those week 1 records that are continuing to stand.
Mac Unruh is one of those athletes that got in the top 10 in the first event. What I like that he did is that when he moved it forward from the 21 section to the 15, he switched hands and actually tap and go from his waist. That makes the first rep a little bit easier, only if you can keep it in control. If you're out of control, it gets wild on you, and then it makes an 80-pound feel like 100 pounds.
2 minutes into the 6-minute time cap event, we're working through the round of 15. They advance it every 5 reps on the dumbbell snatches. And it's Unruh and Anderson continuing to be neck and neck. They got to the dumbbell at the same time. They'll get to the rings at the same time.
Unruh is very fast in the rings, as well as Cody Anderson. Cody struggled a little bit on the last few sets. Now, I like the speed that they're going. It's not out of control. It's not this aggressive power at the bottom. This is a smooth, very finesse-oriented movement. It should be kept that way. This doesn't need to be out of control. I've seen athletes break this up into multiple sets and nearly get an event record.
The lightest athlete in the field is leading the way as Unruh makes his way to the dumbbell. Anderson is already through 3, now 4. It's a 5-rep lead for Cody Anderson.
Cody Anderson has his rhythm. Like I said from the beginning, if you can find the sweet spot on the pass off at the top, the touch and go at the bottom will reward you. And what we thought would be hard for Cody, capitalizing once again. This is why he's a fan favorite here in the West.
We told Nikki Brazier earlier this event wasn't going to be the one for him because that dumbbell is very heavy. He didn't make it look heavy, and he does not make these ring dips look difficult at all. Cody Anderson won Heat 1 in Event 1. It was good for second place. Well, here he is again. Cody Anderson, Heat 1 winner in Event number 2.
Now, I know that's not going to be the fastest time on the board today, but it didn't need to be. What Cody's problems have been in the past is the heavier events ended up burying him on the leaderboard. This might not be an event that he's going to win, but especially in being in heat number 1, again, it's one of those times where he can capitalize, at least, we say damage control a lot, but that was a great time for Cody Anderson.
Tyler Eggeman in second, Mac Unruh in third. The 3 athletes coming into this event in the top 10 in the point standings will be the top 3 here in heat number 1. Sean Lukaksi will be the next finisher in 4th at 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Anderson's chip time, 3:34.51 seconds. And that's actually a pretty stout time going into these last 3 heats. Next finisher in lane number 4, Brendan Lawyer. He's in 12th place. I'm noticing a trend. If you're pretty good in event number 1, you actually wind up being pretty good in event number 2, at least here in heat 1. As Lukaksi was 14th, Lawyer 12th. Cameron Pernich will be our 6th finisher.
Your top 3 guys in event number 1 in this heat ended up getting your top 3 spots, just like you said.
Round of 9 underway for Greg Gross in lane number 7. Kaylor Kasbarger, next finisher, in at 5 minutes and 14 seconds. Carter Diedrich on his final round.
And the ring dip is definitely one of those movements, if you don't train, you're not going to be very good at it. It's like, well, I'm good at push-ups and handstand push-ups and kipping is, the ring dip is a often ignored movement, I say, from most training because we do have muscle-ups. So people feel it's like, well, if I do muscle-ups, I'm doing the ring dip as well. It's a completely different movement.
Greg Gross will be the lone athlete here in heat number 1, unable to beat the 6-minute time cap. He got through most of the 9 ring dips to close it out. 9 out of 10 will beat the time cap, led by that man, Cody Anderson. He's rocking the mustache, and he's rocking back-to-back Heat 1 wins. Event 1 winner, Event 2 first-place finisher in that opening heat. We'll see if it can stand once again for a second-place finish. Maybe better this time around.
Well, I know Cody was a little hesitant coming in because the dumbbell is heavy for him, but this is a guy who cleans over 300 pounds, so the facade that Cody's not a strong guy is just not true. He had a very good rhythm with the dumbbell in the first set. Mac Unruh was pushing him through the round of 15 very fast off this middle set. Cody was a little bit behind him going into the last couple of snatches on the round of 15, but Mac started to break down a little towards the end, and then once Cody got through that round of 9, there was no looking back for Cody Anderson. Great finish. Again, another Heat 1 time to maybe make other guys push faster than they need to in the later heats.
Once again, the clubhouse leader, Cody Anderson, with Nikki Brazier.
Cody, I know you said that dumbbell was going to be a little bit heavy for you, but it didn't look heavy at all. How are you feeling after that event?
I feel good. That went better than I expected, so I feel good.
Obviously, gymnastics is a strong suit for you. Anything else looking ahead this weekend that you're hoping for?
I'm actually excited about event 3. In practice, it went pretty well, so I feel good about that one. Hopefully, I'll do okay.
Yeah, and I know you said you practice all these events several times, like 3 or 4 times. How has that helped prepare you?
I feel probably all of us have practiced it quite a few times, so just mentally and just know when to push and how your body's going to respond, so.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Looking forward to seeing you the rest of the weekend.
Thank you.
3 minutes, 34.51 seconds, the time to beat with 3 heats remaining. And Cody Anderson once again finding himself atop the leaderboard.